Hey everyone, welcome to Everglades Rhythm. Today we're diving into the soulful, laid-back world of JJ Cale. Check out this is amazing. This is a little clip of him playing After Midnight. Like even right there, he's playing with such a unique style. Like it sounds so cool when he's playing that little riff. Let me slow it down a tiny bit. It almost sounds like there's a delay going there where he's kind of almost like two-timing the notes, but with these little ghost notes. And the way he's doing that is just by keeping the notes short. But there's a rhythm in there where it gives it the sound of it being faster than it really is, because you're hearing the note and then the silence. And then he's also almost like ghosting. Like if I exaggerate it, barely getting those little ghost notes in there, and that's a big part of his playing. It's that tune, After Midnight. Back in the late 60s, Clapton, he hears this amazing song, and he's like, that's the groove that I've been looking for. It's just a little bluesy country song, but with a whole bunch of like laid-back magic, you know? And the chords for that song, like actually every time he plays it, it's in different keys, but the original is in D. Check this out, this is amazing.
This is a song I wrote that's paid my rent, and is the reason we're all here, or I'm here, rather.
And it's that feel, it's such a groove there. That was a big part of the Tulsa sound. You hear him playing here with the awesome Christine Lakeland, and you'll see he's got these really intricate, cool rhythms that he's playing. He's kind of slapping the fingers, slapping the strings with his fingers. Check this cool rhythm out here. See how he's basically kind of slapping the strings. You know, and that's the seeds of things like Lay Down Sally, which was Clapton's kind of like ode to JJ Cale. In fact, he said about the song, Lay Down Sally, that's the closest an Englishman could get to sounding like JJ Cale. You know, and if you hear that, it's a killer riff that they play in Lay Down Sally. You know, Mark Knopfler was definitely influenced by JJ Cale with that kind of, you know, his rhythm style. Kind of slapping the strings like that. These very intricate little grooves are integral to the Tulsa sound. But when it comes to JJ Cale's lead guitar playing, let me play the solo from After Midnight, and I'll kind of exaggerate it a little bit, because one of the things in a lot of his songs, the guitar style is very understated. You know, it's played kind of behind the beat, and it's kind of like low in the mix, and it's almost like he's asking you, like, hey, if you want to listen to this guitar playing, you got to really tune into it. So you see there, that's an amazing sound, right? So that song is just D, F, and G like that, right? And it's kind of ambiguous whether it's a minor or a major in a sense. Like you'll hear him some of the times he's playing minor, some of the times he's playing just power chords. And some of the times you'll even hear on some of the versions he's playing seventh chords. But the first thing is that little lick there at the beginning. It's a great way to open the solo, and what he's doing there is he's starting with a pre-bend and then bending down into the root. So those pre-bend sounds really give it that crying sound, and he used that a lot, and that's basically where you bend up from, it can be any note, but here this is the root note, we're in D, so he's bending up from an E to a D. And then he walks up the pentatonic scale, and then he does this like, it's almost like a B.B. King move, you know. B.B. King would do that all the time, where he'd bounce between the same note on different strings, like, you know, so it'd be like going from the A and then emphasizing it on the next string. So he does that. And you can hear the dynamic sound there is the first time he plays it, he kind of pings it loud, and then he plays it softly and vibrates it. And then he jumps up here into D minor pentatonic. All right, so that's an interesting lick right there. It's just right there in the pentatonic. Pre-bend there again. But he does something really interesting here that he did quite a lot. And you hear Eric Clapton doing this exact same thing. And it's playing with the beat. It's creating syncopation by playing straight over a swung rhythm, or vice versa. You could do it the other way as well. Like a lot of times when you hear Eric Clapton play, he'll be playing a blues and he'll play with the typical blues rhythm, but then you'll hear him come in and play a straight groove, and it almost sounds like you're kind of stretching the beat. It's a great technique because, you know, for example, if everyone's playing a shuffle groove and the lead guitar is doing that as well, you know, everything starts sounding a bit kind of ding, 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 ding. But if on top of that you're superimposing kind of a straight rhythm, it just has a totally cool sound because it's still in time, but it's kind of pushing against the beat. This song, it's got that kind of swing feel. It's got that 16th note swing. It's got like that bounce to it, right? So when you play it along with that, you know, you can just take the pentatonic scale. So it's got that nice swing to it and it fits perfectly. But then if you switch to, you can really hear it kind of stands out, right? So that's what he's doing there. So that little, so those kind of little moves where you kind of throw in a little slide or you throw in a little ghost note gives it that nuance, which is really awesome. And, you know, he kind of plays with a beat. So that kind of lick, one of the things that he does, and I see Clapton do this too, is he'll do this technique where you tap the strings and then do an upstroke. And what that does is it kind of gives you a behind the beat sound. It's like this. So I'm tapping the string and then doing an upstroke like that. And so I'm basically kind of playing behind the beat. It's kind of a way of accessing that feel. A lot of times, if you want to do things like play behind the beat or in front of the beat, or, you know, play with certain feels, rather than just technically trying to go, oh, okay, I'm going to slow down here, a better way to do that is to develop these little techniques that help you to be able to do that. So that's one way you can play behind the beat, is you're kind of digging into the notes and then sort of letting them come after the beat. So again, those ghost notes, like when he comes out of that bend there, he'll hit that first note really quiet and then emphasize the upstroke. So, and then that last note, he kind of accents that note by making it short and punchy, but then bending as he pulls off. So that kind of thing. So it's almost like you're talking, you know, that's definitely, rather than playing these flashy licks, he's definitely like making the guitar kind of speak and play these kind of phrases. It's singing, you know. So there you have it. JJ Cale is this kind of quiet genius behind some of the coolest guitar playing out there, and one of the engineers of the whole Tulsa sound. So if you want to add that kind of laid back playing that laid back magic to your own playing. Check out his music. And just remember, it's all about the groove. It's all about those little intricate beats. It's not about the flash. So thanks for hanging out with me. And if you want to hear more, you can go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. We've got a whole bunch of, if you go to our release page, you'll see there's a whole bunch of different music, surf rock, rock and roll, Chuck Berry stuff, all good rock and roll, Everglades rhythm stuff. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments, and see you next time. And remember, turn it up.